Hello, lovely viewers. My name is Cynthia Isen, and I'll be joining you on LABABY'S Spotlight this week. We are going to be discussing the topic, does marriage eliminate loneliness? Why don't you join us for more insight into this wonderful topic? Thank you.
Hello family, it's yet another time on the LABABY'S Spotlight Show. I'm excited to see you once again. Thank you so much for tuning in. If this is your first time, you're welcome on the show that brings nothing but the best vibes and juice. Today, we're talking about a wonderful topic. Does marriage eliminate loneliness? Yeah. Sometimes we hear people say that, oh, once I get married, many loneliness don't quanta. Yeah, I say yeah. Do you also share that opinion? Well, let's find out more if there's a truth in this issue, and if there's also truth in the fact that when you get married, oh, you'll never be lonely. Our guest today is in the person of Madame Cynthia Isen. Oh, but joining me, Philly. My favorite say, Muna, pay Muna, get gaseous amount. Stay tuned. Uro, Yabasama. Mrs. Isen, you're welcome on the Spotlight Show.
Thank you.
Of
course, I'm glad to be here.
Oh, thank God. I believe everything is fine by God's grace.
Perfect.
Today, we are talking about, does marriage eliminate the loneliness aspect?
Well, it's something that people normally think that, oh, when I get married, I'm not going to be lonely again.
Okay.
Now I'm single, so I need to get married, and then there will not be any more loneliness.
Okay.
But far from it, you can be married and still be lonely.
Ooh, wow. Kissy baby,
yes.
All right.
Yeah. So when we are talking about loneliness, okay, there's a difference between being alone and being lonely. Okay. So when you talk about being alone, it means that you are physically away from other people, are separated from other people. That means you are alone. But being lonely goes beyond that. Okay. So it goes beyond being just physical separation from other people to, emotional loneliness, psychological loneliness, even sexual loneliness. There's a lot, what is included in that.
So if viewers and I are getting you, you can be alone, as in living alone, but you're not lonely.
Yes. Yeah, sure. It can be, as I said, it's a state of mind.
Okay.
It's a state of mind. It's not just about being lonely. It's not just a physical thing.
Okay.
It boils down to, the quality of your relationship. Not just the quality and the quantity of your relationship. Is your relationship nourishing you as much as it should? Are you getting fulfilled from the relationship that you have? If you are not, trust me, you'll be in the middle of a crowd. At Transport Stadium. You should know why you're lonely.
Thank you. I just got your concept. Okay, so now we know the clear cut. And so why is it that we have this misconception about marriage that when I get married, I won't feel lonely?
Yeah, that's because we only attach loneliness to being physically connected to other people, or not being lonely, being physically connected to other people. But it's not true. As I said before, you can be by yourself but still be happy, because mentally you are stable and emotionally you are stable. So you don't actually need another person. But at the same time, getting married is good because you get somebody there with you. But if the person is not satisfying other needs beyond just being physically there, trust me, the loneliness issue will still be there.
Some of the needs are,
well, lack of attention.
You don't say in Pamela Gunubedi kind, and I'm just one of the but that's what I
well, I know one of the This is one of the aspects of being, feeling like you are among people, right?
Okay.
But it goes beyond that. So if you are not getting attention, okay. So you are there with the person. Until they walk on. Okay. So you are there, you are talking, but the person is not hearing or even listening to you properly. So you feel lonely. There's lack of communication there. Okay. At the end of the day, only the final act to what you are married. But if the person is not putting in effort to attention, if you need this, not just physical things, but emotional need. And so nipa ni home. Oh, friend, am I busy? Oh, let's do this. Oh, I don't have time. The person is not putting in effort. So you are there with the person, but there's a distance. That's why I said that it goes beyond just the physical. It's more of a psychological thing that you need to connect with the person to be able to say that, oh, we have a connection, so I don't feel lonely. If you are connected to the person really well, the person doesn't need to be there. But even just thinking about the person, you know, some new feelings, you know that, oh, the person is thinking about me. I'm okay.
Can we relate this to long distance relationships?
Exactly. Exactly. There are people who are in long distance relationships. If it were to be about physical, you know, closeness, somewhere there. But seriously, I've come to realize that sometimes, you know, long distance relationship can be very, very exciting. You don't even feel lonely. I think that. Because if the person is not close to you, then you have to rely on other ways of communicating. Okay, so by text,
I think in itself, it builds you, the individual, before you enter that marriage you want to enter.
Exactly.
The main reason why I think most often some people think they are lonely is because, for instance, when they are courting or they are in a relationship, they always want their partners to be around them. And when they just say, oh, me too, I did some. But I've come to realize that you're saying that it's a state of mind. That means that we have a choice at the end of the day.
Of course, we do.
So would you say that those who are lonely today, they chose to be lonely?
Not just be well, you don't really choose to be lonely.
Or it happened coincidentally.
So let's say that there are a lot of things that causes loneliness in marriage. Okay. So let's say, as I talked about lack of attention. And then sometimes we get into the mundane things, like we are doing things normally.
Okay.
So the man gets up, goes to work and comes back. If the woman is working on or if the woman is not working so what actually connected the two of you from the initial stages is no longer there. Okay? So the attachment, the hugging, the kissing, the attention to details is no longer there. So you are working, you are just thinking about bills.
But where does all those things go and hide? The attention, the heart, where do they hide in the marriage?
They don't actually hide. We decide to hide them. So let's say a couple starts having kids.
Okay.
You realize that because the bills and responsibilities become a lot. The man is thinking of working. The woman is also focused on the kids. No attention to the relationship that the two of you had before these kids came in. I'm not saying that when you give birth, you shouldn't give attention. You should, definitely. But then we should know that it is only when the two of you, the man and the woman, are connected physically, emotionally, psychologically, sexually. That is when you have the stable home for the kids to grow in. So the moment you decide to neglect each other, you are creating a whole lot of vacuum which not only affects the two of you, but affects the children and the home as well. So we shouldn't take all these things for granted.
So these are some of the causes of the loneliness in marriage.
Some of them.
Okay, I want to ask this question from our African setting.
Yes.
We are in a setting whereby when we have kids in the marriage, we are taught to conceal the things that you're seeing that attracted you into the marriage. The kissing, the whatever, hearts and all that. Now in the African setting, when you get married, okay, you can't do these things because we say, Jaina Kolano is sure. Nkra will feel. Nkra die. Say, then gradually now you're Katani Masu. So can you say that our African culture is also to play in certain instances that we find ourselves lonely in a marriage?
Well, to some extent, yes, but I would say that it's our individual stuff, okay? Because certainly, if you are in a relationship, the child knows that the two of you are married. When you go and sleep, The child knows that the two of you are sleeping in this room. For all you know, the children know more than what you are thinking that they know. Okay? I mean, definitely don't have sex in front of your kids. But a kiss here, a peck here, a hug here, showing that you care about each other. That even informs the children about something concerning the marriage. That these things are essential. But if you are going to say that our culture says, that's one thing that somebody asked me when I travel. Hey, Africa, for them, it's not even, we don't see you hugging or kissing. But you don't want to somehow. So how do you do it?
Because here is here.
Oh.
Here is here. And like say, you know, the challenge is that you see the white man and he can boldly even walk outside in public holding hands, kissing his girlfriend, whatever it is. I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but they can boldly display their love anyway. But we, the blacks or the Africans, our culture permits us not to do so.
Why does it not permit us to do so? It's your wife. Seriously, even God himself wanted a relationship with man. Do you know that?
Sure.
That's why the Bible says that God gets down from his throne to come and be with Adam and Eve.
Or distracting on the plans.
No. He's oh no, boy, I say you remember one can say
okay.
Yeah, but he comes there to have a relationship with you. Okay. Having a relationship is something that every human being, every couple needs. But we tend to neglect it because of these things that I've talked about. You are in the relationship but you are still feeling lonely. And if it's sexual neglect, what to go? Who make you see in you? My busy. So at the end of the day, you feel disconnected.
Okay.
And sometimes we think that, oh, when you're I just see why why can't see
it's your mother. Would this is the crown out that way?
So long as you are capable of doing it, why not?
Capable or subium. It is a good to me, like who to me. Yeah,
oh, say, who would and there's a even
and there's a loneliness no better.
There's a way if you are emotionally connected, well connected, even at the end of Ukraine, you can connect on other levels. Not just
and we want to know before our time. And I'm above years. Yeah. We want to know.
Okay. Let's ask for that. I don't even want to go into the sexual aspect of it.
Feel free and go.
You matter. But you know you can bond in a lot of ways.
Okay.
As I said, know what actually attracted you to your partner. And try to know what went wrong, at what time. Because some of these things, they don't just happen overnight. Yeah. And you're gradual. You have to pay attention to details. Okay? But the first way of getting over this loneliness is asking your partner, what is going on? How can we get this going in a better way? Okay? Well, you are feeling lonely. Yeah. Okay? So you talk to the person and then know what brought you together. What made you people tick to such an extent that you decided to get married. Okay? And then you start going over. So it's more of redating your wife or your husband. Okay? Because we don't do that. And we are always focused on the marriage. And even the marriage, the day I am married is a wedding day.
And no.
So after that, we don't even think about those things.
You know, the sad thing is that sometimes the person is really suffering, is very lonely and everything, but just wants to come out and show the glam that he is not worried.
Oh, and they're keeping up appearances. It won't help.
It won't help.
So at the end of the day, you get to the house and the problem is there. As will be just to forget about his problems. When it's still there. Yeah. So you talk about it, you work on it. If possible, you seek a counselor. If there's the need for that, you have to seek help. But sometimes it goes beyond just the two of you understanding each other. Talk to your pastor, talk to your counselor, talk to your therapist, okay? And then, work on it. What made you, get close? And also try to understand your partner's language of love. It's very important. Everybody has something that makes them feel like, oh, I'm loved. Let me give you some of them.
Okay.
So some people, it's about gifts. you shower them with gifts, they feel like, oh,
and they're like,
and then some people to words of, affection or affirmation. Oh, I love you. Oh, you look pretty. Oh, wow.
I can't now can say you look pretty.
Oh, what is no one yet? God says that we are fearfully and wonderfully.
No one yet now see you are looking pretty.
No.
I mean, kind of imagine say to how much and some then I'm come up with as my
there's a beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder. Okay, so some people want to hear those things, and then it helps them. Okay, others want gifts. Others want the way you service them. Like, oh, if your mommy, wow, oh, you are doing something in the house. Let me help you with this. It makes the person feel like I am loved.
Yeah.
Okay, I am needed. You don't feel lonely. Okay, and sometimes even sexual, servicing. Nini na also come home.
Ayo. Kasani crave for me.
Everyone is. But then,
but they are very, very vital. Viewers, I think if we take note of them, it will really help us because this misconception must stop. That there is loneliness in marriage, and we have to work towards it so that we do not get lonely.
And above all this, we have to know that marriage is an institution that God Himself created.
Okay.
If there's a problem, you have to still go to Him for a solution.
Are all problems fixable in the marriage?
Yes, to an extent, yes. You can fix it. Well, personally, for me, unless of course you are beating me in the relationship or you are abusing me. But if it's about, loneliness or loneliness, they are fixable, okay? But God is the one who, ordained marriage. And so we go to Him. Okay. But if all things fail, and as I said, there's abuse and all those things, then you have to know when to leave.
You have to know when
to leave. Just as some people also feel like, may a day, and then
that's when they have become very reliant on the man.
Exactly. So, of course, on top of all this, you shouldn't be, so intricately intertwined with us. You also have to find things that make you happy.
That's the thing.
Friends that also make you happy.
Some people get married and it's like, my husband or my wife is my best friend.
Of course.
And they shut, yeah, that should be, but they I don't know whether it's intentionally or unintentionally, they shut their friends out. And when they go on, as they are heading on in the marriage and probably the unforeseen happens, and it's like, I have to go back to my friend.
Then there's nobody there for you.
Thank you. Yeah. So don't you think that, yes, in himself, but at least, like you're saying, find interest also in other things.
In other things.
Someone told me that, and he's a man, he's married, he told me that we the men, and we have so many interests. And I asked him, really, like what? And he said, football. We can go on and just sit and have fun. Yeah. He said, he stated so many examples, but he said, you the ladies, if it's not for concern, shopping, and one, to me, besides say, is it true? He said the ladies, I don't know whether we have made it like that, but he means to say that the ladies have
different interests.
Yes.
Of course, everybody has their own interest. Okay. I am a woman, but I like football.
Okay.
I like wrestling. Okay. So definitely you should find something that the two of you like. Okay. And then you should also have things that you people love separately. Okay. So that those things you bond with your friends on those levels.
Okay.
And then the things that you bond together, maybe watching movies, going out for a walk, just sitting down, cuddling, whatever. Okay. So you don't just say that, so if the person is not there, then there's a problem.
You don't die. Please do not put the keys to your happiness in in someone's pockets, whether your husband, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever. It should be in God. Yes, God has brought men or women before you. Love them, but that is not to say when they are not around, it just says, side your mind, I'm now lonely.
Yes, baby.
Thank you. Yes, baby. Sometimes make you happy. That is the ish.
Happy yourself.
And for you'll be able to see, enjoy life. Because we have only one life. But make sure it's a godly kind of enjoyment. And then you bye. Thank you so much. What final words?
Final words, they say. We should know, loneliness is there. And being alone is also there. You need the person to be there to, complete in your happiness. Okay. Yes, if the person is there, it makes it better. But if the person is not there, find the thing that make you people tick, make you people connect on just things beyond just the physical.
Find the things that make the two of you connect. Connect. University Higher, thank you so much for listening. I believe we have learned a lot. Connect, oh. Connect. Wow, so proud. I just say, guy. Thank you so much. Remember to subscribe, share your thoughts, experiences, and submissions. Thank you. May God richly bless all of us. Bye-bye.